Welcome to your Money Monday.
What if I could help you reach the biggest audience of sellers and buyers out there? Hey, I'm Rich Motts. Welcome to Money Monday, session 142. So the biggest market is simply millennials. The Millennial Generation is the largest generation in United States history. According to the US Census Bureau, millennials were born between 1982 and 2000. Now they number 83.1 million and represent more than a quarter of the nation's population. Their size now exceeds that of the 75.4 million of the baby boomers. There's many stereotypes about millennials and a myth about the millennial generation as a whole, and about what it takes to buy a home in today's market. And believe it or not, millennials are the #1 sellers in today's market too, so you need to know about millennials. These myths about millennials have prevented them from even considering home ownership as an option for them and their families. There's been a lot of talk about how as a generation millennials have failed to launch into adulthood and delayed moving out of their family's home. What it doesn't take to be mentioned in the same context is the large number of the millennials who have moved out of their family's home and they've been renting an apartment, a condo, or even a house. The home purchases by millennials ticked up over the past year, but the low inventory constraints and the higher housing costs kept the overall activity subdued and prevented some of the millennials from leaving the more affordable confines of their Gen X and their baby boomers' parents' homes. And this is according to the National Association of Realtors 2018 Home Buyers and Home Seller Generational Trend Study. It evaluates the generational differences of recent home buyers and home sellers. The survey additionally found out that millennial buyers prioritize living close to their friends and family over a home's location in proximity to schools. So they want to live near their friends and family. And an overwhelming majority of millennials used a real estate agent to buy or sell a home. Slightly more than a third of all home purchases were made by millennials over the past year, 36% as opposed to 34% in 2017, so it did tick up a little bit. And it kept them as the most active generation as home buyers for 5 years in a row. Gen X buyers ranked second, and they came in at 26% in 2018, and they were at 28% in 2017, followed by 18% of the baby boomers, and they were also 14% in 2017, and then followed by the silent generation. And the silent generation was those that were born between 1925 and 1945, where they just came in at 6% in 2018 of home buyers and 8% in 2017. Revealing the greater purchase power needed over the past year, the typical millennial buyer in a survey had a higher household income, so they made typically $88,200 compared to $82,000 the same time in 2017. They're also going after bigger homes. They're going for about 1,800 square feet, honestly, but they're going for more expensive homes. Their average price is $220,000 now, as opposed to $205,000 in 2017. Millennials also had a higher student debt balance than last year's survey, and slightly more of them said they were trying to save for a down payment, and that was their biggest struggle. So the experts need to stop lumping all the millennials together, though, actually. So many experts begun to realize there's a noticeable difference between the behaviors of the experiences of this generation, and therefore have divided the millennials into 18 to 26-year-old millennials, and then the older millennials, 27 to 36 years old, because they have different habits, actually. Whether pushed into the zone or willing to participate, many older millennials are aging into the responsibility zone, or the age when responsibilities start to dictate behaviors, such as moving out of the house, getting married, buying a home, and having children. And believe me, they don't necessarily do that in that order. So understanding millennials is very important for you in your career in real estate when you know that millennials are the biggest marketplace. So you need to be looking at understanding the millennials' marriage age, understanding their homeownership percentage, their average age for having their first child. It's all essential information. And you can get that for free in this free guide right here. So a Millennial's Guide to Homeownership, click here below in the script to get your copy emailed to you in just seconds. Other essential things that you want to know about millennials is, do millennials want to be parents? What does that mean for the housing market? And what's holding millennials back from buying? What are the top 3 myths holding back millennials from buying? Myth number 1 is student loans are preventing millennials from buying, where student loans have only delayed their ability to own their own home, not taken away the desire to buy a home. Myth number 2 is you really need a 20% down payment to buy a home. And we know the reality, last Money Monday we covered that, is that in 2018 the median down payment for loans approved was only 5% down. So you don't need 20% down. Myth number 3, it kind of matches with renters we talked about last week, is they think they need perfect credit score to buy a home, like 780 to 800 to buy a home, or even be considered for a mortgage, and that is not true. In most cases, 53% of buyers had a credit score of 750 or less. So the financial benefits of owning a home you can also learn about when you click and download this free Millennials Guide. The top 5 reasons why millennials choose to buy will be in here. There'll be many tips for preparing for home ownership for millennials. This free guide to millennials home ownership will have that. So again, just click in the script below here to get your free copy sent to you right now. So I really hope you like this video. It's real important, as you know, to take action. And if you need any more information on working with millennials, feel free to reach out to me. And I'm Rich Motts, and I will see you next Monday. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great week.